This is Alexander Playtime Williams of PlayTimeCares.com.
What's up, world? This is Alexander Playtime Woods of PlayTimeCares.com, giving you your Raw recap. This was April 11, 2016, from Los Angeles, California. Michael Cole, JBL, Byron Saxon are your commentators. They started off with a memorial in memory of Robert Wyndham, Blackjack Mulligan, 1942 to 2016. Rest in peace. Thoughts and condolences to that family. Um, First thing they showed, Shane McMahon coming to the ring, of course, thunderous applause. Pretty much give a lineup for the matches tonight, and he let people know that there will be a women's championship match tonight, and that he's implementing a tag team tournament for the chance to be the number one contenders for the tag team titles against the New Day, and then he said that because Sami Zayn got screwed out of his opportunity to be a number one contender for the main title, that he was going to give him a match against AJ Styles, who's the number one contender currently. And if he beat AJ Styles, he gets to be in a match, and it becomes a triple threat match. AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns at Payback pay-per-view. Kevin Owens come out and be like, how dare you, man? It's like, man, that dude didn't even earn that. He don't deserve a title shot. And then he comes in and demands that he wants his Intercontinental title rematch right now. He said, I'm in the ring. I got my gear on. I want it right now. And Shane was like, look, that's not how that works. He said, matter of fact, I'm going to put you in a match. Since you're ready to wrestle, I'm going to put you in a match against Cesaro. And the winner gets the number one contendership for the Intercontinental Championship. Of course, Kevin Owens said that's not fair. He's supposed to get an automatic rematch, but Shane's like, hey, I'm running the show, whatever. So, match number one. You have Kevin Owens versus Cesaro, and it's a number one contender match for the Intercontinental Championship. And Cesaro has like the tape and stuff on the medical tape on his shoulder that he had the surgery on that was injured. So Kevin Owens pretty much just whooped up on that the entire match. But Cesaro made a match of it and was able to do some really cool stuff. Once he was able to get that flying uppercut, twisting uppercut off the rope on Kevin Owens, that kind of opened up the doorway for him to put him in that finishing move where you hook him between his legs and just slam him on his face. So you actually have Cesaro as your number one contender for the Intercontinental title match. The match was a 3 out of 5. It was between a decent match to a good match. It was in between that. Then they did a Raw recap of the Women's Championship getting awarded, and Natalya getting disgusted with the way that Charlotte was acting. So challenges for a match, the Flair family versus the Hart family, and just the attack and everything that happened from last week. And then Charlotte is seen in the back, and she complaining to Ric Flair about how she's getting put in all of these matches and stuff. She's in a title match that's only 8 days after WrestleMania and stuff like that. Dr. Phil comes out. He's the special guest this week for, here in Los Angeles. Why not have a LA star, Dr. Phil? He comes in and tells Charlotte that Ric Flair is actually holding her back because all he's doing is teaching her cheap tactics to win matches every week, and Charlotte never be able to rise to her potential. Of course, Charlotte take offense to that because her dad is a 2-time Hall of Famer, 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. So she took offense to it. And Ric Flair, he started letting Dr. Phil know that he was about to put it on him. Then Dr. Phil started hitting him, woo, in his face. So, everybody kind of laughed at that. That's pretty cool. And he actually had a good pitch with it, too. Dr. Phil did a good job. And Kevin Owens goes to Shane and tell him, look, man, you keep screwing me out of my matches. He's like, man, you giving Sami Zayn a shot at the main title? He's like, look, what happened to Sami Zayn, that's going to be on your head. Shane was like, nope, pack up all your gear. I'm going to have you escorted out the arena. So it was like, ooh. Crowd was like, ooh. So the New Day comes out, and, they do their thing about Booty-O's and all that type of stuff. They said Booty-O's is the official sponsor of the tag team tournament, and tell everybody what the tag team tournament was. Gave them a display of all of the teams that's in a tag team tournament. So first match that was going to happen, which for the tag team tournament, which is your second match of the night, is the Lucha Dragons versus the Dudley Boys. First round of the tag team tournament did not go well for the Lucha Dragons. U.S. champ got hit, and that boy hit his chin on the ground, and then got clothesline when he got up. He was done, injured, straight up. Medical staff was on him the entire match. You have one guy versus the Dudley Boys, the most decorated tag team in wrestling history. Did not fare well. That was a quick match. Match was a 2 out of 5, just an average match. It was too quick. But then Enzo and Cass came out, and of course they keep picking with the New Day. People like that, and you can't tease that, So people like that. Then they showed that Kevin Owens was actually escorted out by security, multiple security. It was about 5 of them. Kevin Owens is a bad man. He's a bad man. So Roman Reigns come out and he gets booed heavily, and they show WrestleMania that he won and all that. They start booing him harder, and once again he talking about he not a good guy, he not the bad guy, he's the guy. And he say he likes Sami Zayn and AJ Styles. They won titles all over the world, but they never won the title, the one that he holding. People booing him even more, So League of Nations actually end up interrupting Roman Reigns speaking, and Rusev said that he should be the face of the nation, a face of the WWE, and it sucks that the League of Nations didn't get invited into that number one's contender match because either one of them would have won, especially since they got rid of the weak link, who is Wade Barrett. Not sure if Wade Barrett's contract is truly up like I've been reading. He's no longer in the WWE, or if later on he's just going to come over and screw the League of Nations. Not exactly sure how that's going to work out. But they say he was the weakest link. They got rid of the weakest link. Now the League of Nations strong. They should be number one contender. Roman Reigns pretty much got disgusted and said, hey, look, I'm tired of talking. All three of y'all come down here. Let's fight. They fight. And the lights go off. You hear the hurt. Everybody in the stadium, ooh, because the Wyatt family coming. Wyatt family whoop the League of Nations, throw him out the ring. They start looking at Roman Reigns and start taking a step towards him. Shane runs out like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not do that. I like the energy that y'all had. He made a match. Tonight, our main event is going to be Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns teaming up versus the two members of the League of Nations. Bray Wyatt has been saying for a year and a half, anybody but you, Roman. So that was going to be an interesting tag team. Third match of the night, you got Natalya versus Charlotte. Of course, Ric Flair with her for the Women's Championship. Dr. Phil is sitting ringside. Dr. Phil said he came down because he wanted to see if Charlotte listened to his advice and decided to stand on her own 2 feet, or if she's going to allow Ric Flair to, cheat, or she's going to cheat. And you had back and forth action, and Natty, Natalya. Natty, she was actually really forceful in this match. She actually asserted herself pretty well. She dominated the majority of the match. And she actually got Charlotte in the sharpshooter. And Charlotte, she tapped. But Ric Flair, being as smart as he was, 2 times Hall of Fame, 16-time world champ, he grabs the referee's leg. So the referee called the disqualification for Ric Flair interfering before Charlotte decided to tap. So Natalya won the match, but she won via DQ. Charlotte's still a champion. Of course, Dr. Phil said he was disappointed in that. Match was a 3 out of 5. It was a decent match. That was a decent match. They did a Raw recap of Kevin Owens attacking Sami Zayn and knocking him out the title picture, which was why he's, in the potential title hunt now. And then they did a Sami Zayn interview, and he said he's ready for his chance and all that type of stuff. AJ Styles come over and was like, look, man, I respect you and all that type of stuff, but, hey, this is not going to be a triple threat match. I'm beating you tonight so I can have my one-on-one with Roman Reigns. Fourth match of the night, tag team tournament. You got the Usos versus Curtis Axel and Heath Slater of the Social Outcasts. The Social Outcasts was doing excellent in the match. They was actually doing really well, but they was celebrating too much. You got Bo Dallas over there. He inspirational. You're doing all that celebrating. He was supposed to attack while the guy down. Jimmy is down. They celebrating. He ends up tagging Jay. Jay comes in and just do a scoop roll. 1, 2, 3. Match over with. Match was a 3 out of 5. It's actually a pretty decent match. But then what happened? You had Gallows and Anderson come in and attack the Usos. Yes, you heard me correct. Gallows and Anderson of the Bullet Club. They've taken what's that, like 4 people out of the Bullet Club now. You got your boy that dressed up as the monster in NXT. You got AJ Styles. Now you got these 2 cats from the Bullet Club. You know what I'm saying? They came in and they whooped the Usos, and then that was that. It is what it is. What it is. So then they did a recap of Kevin Owens and Cesaro match, and then Miz was interviewed about everything that's happened with him with the Intercontinental Championship, and says that he's not worried about Cesaro being the #1 contender because Cesaro the Swiss Superman, but he's kryptonite. And Cesaro came in and said, hey, he's looking forward to taking the lead role in the Intercontinental Championship match. So that was that. Then it went to 5th match, which was AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn for the potential of Sami Zayn being also a #1 contender in a triple threat match at the Payback pay-per-view. It started off with them filling each other out. It was kind of slow. I would admit that. It was kind of slow, but it ended up being really engaging. And, that phenomenal forearm ended up giving AJ Styles the win. And, the match was a 3 out of 5. You see AJ Styles and Sami Zayn in the back talking. Shane McMahon's like, hey, thank you. I knew I was going to give a great match. It's an excellent match. AJ Styles and Sami Zayn shook hands. And that was that. Then they cut away to Chris Jericho in the highlight reel. Y2J said he had a special guest. Then he started saying, look, he's the best guest that, he's going to be a Hall of Fame. It is. Start giving all these accolades, all these kudos. Then he said, hey, the special guest is me. And he started doing an interview with himself and, talking about how great he was. And Dean Ambrose interrupted, came down, started putting his own props up on the set. And Y2J was like, what you doing? He's like, hey, I don't know if you know it, but Shane McMahon canceled your show. Now it's an Ambrose Asylum. And he puts on a clip-on tie, made sure it was straight, start interviewing Y2J. Y2J told him, look, if you know what's best for you, you're going to get out the ring. Ambrose ended up giving him the dirty deeds, and that was that. Goldust go meet R-Truth in the back. It was like, man, you told me once I got to Los Angeles that I was gonna have an audition. Now I'm finding out that your audition is me being part of the Golden Truth, being part of the team. Dr. Phil walk in, then just look at him, and then he just walk right out. Crowd bust out laughing. So you have your 6th match. You have Apollo Crews versus Adam Rose, and of course Bo Dallas there. The other 2 social outcasts was already beat up. I like Apollo Crews. I say that. Very athletic, very good to look at. But it's the same match, just a different person. He did the cool stuff, all the flips, all that, blah, blah, blah. He did all of that. But he got to really change it up. It still was a good match to look at. It was a 3 out of 5. But, hey, Apollo Crews, you're going to get yourself stale. Just like Neville is kind of stale. You know what he's going to do. Change up that routine. Then they did a Baron Corbin montage. That was pretty cool. And Bray cuts a promo saying that Roman Reigns can trust him and start laughing. And, of course, your 7th and your final match was Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns versus Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. And they had a surprising synergy between Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns at the beginning. And they looked pretty good. But, you got a group that's been together and been working together, and that experience kicked in, and they started whooping up on Roman Reigns, and Bray Wyatt was on an apron. He wasn't sure if he was going to allow Roman to tag him or whatever, but he finally did get tagged in. He looked really excellent. Came in there and did all of his stuff. Rusev interfered. Lights went out. Lights popped back on. He getting beat up by the Wyatt family. Long story short, Alberto Del Rio saw that Bray was hurt in the ring. He tried to take advantage of it and put that arm lock on him. Bray Wyatt turned it into Sister Abigail. 1, 2, 3. They win. And then they just kind of look at Roman Reigns and just smile. So that was it. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give me them thumbs up. Give me them thumbs down. Comment. Let me know what you like. Tell me what you don't like, whatever. I love all of the comments. Hey, subscribe to me on Playtime Cares, everything. Go to playtimecares.com, subscribe, follow me on everything I follow back. Playtime out.